Have you secretly always wanted a Willys grill? In this video, you'll learn how to take off your grill, disassemble it, plasti dip it, reassemble it, and put it back on. I provided timestamps and chapters in the description below so you can skip ahead or go back to the spot you're stuck on or cursing over. Tools needed are listed in the description below. Let's get started. These little guys are called grill retainers. There's a smaller piece that you have to pry up and pull up before you can pull the whole thing out. And you'll need to do that 5 more times after that first one. Make sure that you're careful and take your time with this because you don't want to break any of them because then you have to buy them. And I believe they are $3.41 for a 2-pack. So unless you want to do that and probably pay more in shipping to get them over to you, make sure you're careful and you take your time. After you've removed all 6 of them, try to get your hand inside of the well of the headlight and pull out. That'll give you more leverage and it'll let you pull straight back to pop out the grill. Hey, look at that, you did it! Take a little bit of time to celebrate and congratulate yourself on a successful removal. The first step of disassembly of your grill is the removal of the weather strip. There's a couple ways you can do this. You could try to figure out how to get the plastic inserts out of the grill body, but I decided to just stretch the rubber around the T-shaped plastic pieces to get the weather stripping off. You'll notice that there's little holes that point towards the engine bay. That's the way you'll want to reinstall it. This next piece you'll need a T20 Torx bit and something to turn it with. And this is what you'll use to remove the screws that are holding on the first and second layers of the grill inserts. Should give you an idea of how long it takes to unscrew one, and then the rest I'll speed up for you. When you're done, you should have a total of 8 in your hands. If you don't, you did something wrong. I recommend putting the hardware in individual plastic bags so you have them all together, you don't lose anything, and you're able to find them when you need to reassemble. Now it's time to take out these little plastic insert thingies. These need to be depressed with either your finger or a screwdriver works as well. And the wide wedge-shaped end is always going to face towards the center of the grill. That's pushing it out, and that's also how you're going to want them to face when you put them back on. Before you move on to the next step, a word of caution. There's these little plastic pieces that are reinforced with steel. Now these steel inserts can come flying out. So if you'd like to live dangerously, just go ahead and continue with the video. But if not, you probably want to put some eye protection on because otherwise that could happen. taking out the first layer of the grill inserts, you want to take the center out first, followed by the sides. Now that you've popped all those out, you can pop out the next layer and then work on the left and right side that goes around the headlights themselves. Quick tip, when you're removing the metal pieces that go over the plastic tabs, use a screwdriver and tap it to the left or right to slide it off. That's going to be a lot easier than trying to pry it. There's 3 total on each side. Once you've removed those, you can bend the little plastic white tabs to pop the entire piece out. Just that easy. You just pop it out. Yeah. There, you did it. The last thing you need to remove is the border or frame that goes around the grill. It's 3 pieces, and the first piece you need to take the grill retainers off for. There's 2, and then those little tabs that it goes through fold up so you can slide them off. You want to remove the left and the right side first with those little plastic retainers. I broke that one. Once you do that, you can remove the centerpiece as well and set those aside. Make sure you keep all those together and remember what direction those are facing. Now you're ready to clean. This part of your grill has never seen the light of day apart from right before those pieces were assembled in the factory. So make sure you get in there with some good cleaning solution and wipe it all down, get it all nice and sparkling clean so that the Plasti Dip doesn't have any weird stuff that it's spraying over top of. For tape, I'm using frog tape. Just be careful with it because it's really sticky and it adheres really well. One thing that I wish I would have done instead of what I did do in this video was use paper or something else to cover the foam part of the grill, because when I removed the frog tape, it took some of the foam off with it. I also wish that I only covered the portion of the top of the grill that the weather stripping went over and had the rest be black. So learn from my mistakes, do it better than I did, but I'll show you towards the end of this video what it looks like once I peel it off and you decide what you want covered in black and what you don't. Another thing to note is that you will probably have to have things dry overnight before you reassemble. So if you can take any of this frog tape off before letting it sit overnight, I'd recommend doing that. Again, we don't want the foam to come off with the tape. It's Plasti Dip time. I did a total of 5 coats of Plasti Dip. And for me, that equated to 3 cans, $5 a piece. That comes out to $15 for the entire project. I tried to apply very lightly the first few coats, as I knew I was going to be doing multiple passes at this. Ideally, you want to be indoors in an enclosed space so that you don't have to worry about wind affecting your pattern as you're spraying, but I decided to do it outside, and you'll see the results of that in a little bit. After each coat, you have to wait 30 minutes for it to cure enough to then apply the next coat. And then it's 3 to 4 hours before you can reassemble everything and take the tape off. Way to go! You're a little over halfway done. Now we just have to take the tape off and reassemble. When you're taking the tape off, what I'd recommend you do is cut first and then pull the tape. This last little bit that you're seeing on screen is me doing it the way that I'm telling you to do it. The first little bit was me pulling the tape and cutting as I was pulling, because it kind of turns into a rubbery material. It wants to stretch as you try to take the tape off if you have any overspray, which I did. So you can kind of see some areas that look great and some that don't look so great. Let's put this back together, shall we? You have your 3 pieces that make up the bottom frame section. You'll want to put the left and the right piece within the bottom middle piece. Like so. Once you have those 3 pieces lined up, you can click it in. So after you've popped those in, test fitted everything, you want to take those 2 tabs, make sure they're over top. Take your grill retainer pins, insert them. See how much faster it is to insert them than to take them out? And then you'll take those plastic retaining pieces that are white and you'll pop them in all the places that they were before. Now you have these metal things to clip on. Got 3 spots again on each side around the headlight housing. Once you pop those in, you can make sure the rest of the plastic pieces are clicked in all the way, and put your middle section on top of all of that. Everything should line up and click into place. Now you've got your first layer that you're putting back on, which is going to help protect the radiator. You've got those 4 plastic pieces. Set those aside, and first make sure that you click in the left and the right side first. And again, make sure that those metal pieces are back in the places they're supposed to be at the bottom of those 3 sections. You might need a screwdriver to help pop these back in place. Push down firmly and they should just snap in, but if not, you can double check it with a screwdriver. Now you'll take your 4 white plastic retaining clips, pop those back in, and get started on your weather strip. Now remember from the beginning of this video which way those little holes line up, and then you'll need to get it started, stretch it over each one of those T-shaped plastic pieces to pop it back on. Fasten your grill layers with your T20 Torx bit. Make sure you install all 8 screws and washers. And your reassembly of your grill will be complete. Lastly, put your new grill back on and enjoy looking awesome. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this information useful. If you need to go back to any point in the video, timestamps are included in the description. If you love Jeeps, parent deterrent devices, gear, and freedom, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and as always, stay free. God bless.